Hi folks, Scott here of the Review Guys. I'm gonna have to talk quietly because it's very late at night or very early in the morning. It's Easter Sunday, so happy Easter, by the way, if you celebrate Easter. If not, then happy Sunday. So here's the thing, Chris is in my schedules because they've diverged to a degree. We weren't able to do a Smackdown review yesterday, and I'm not gonna see him again until probably Monday evening, which will be too late. So I'm sneaking in very quietly now, very late, doing just a quick review, just to kind of give you an update, my thoughts on Smackdown, because we haven't done a Smackdown review in seems like ages. So here was my thought. This is the March 21st Smackdown. So here we go. I'll try to do this quickly because it's very late and I've got a long day tomorrow. But nevertheless, first thing we saw, Batista fought Deuce and Domino. He beat him. It's been a long time since I've really kind of cared about a Batista match. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're kind of trying to slowly, fade him away before they switch him to Raw, which is what I think a lot of people are anticipating. But it was just not. I mean, I like Batista, but it's just been a long time since he's had a good quality match for my taste. I didn't see last week's MVP match, so maybe that was good, but I don't know. We'll but he beat Deuce and Domino, which kind of gives him some heat leading into WrestleMania, so that's a good thing. And the next thing we saw was the arm wrestling competition, the continuation of the Diva competition. They had the swimsuit competition, and then the obstacle course, and then this week arm wrestling. Victoria gets voted off. She gets voted off the island, unfortunately, which is sad to me because I thought she's been very funny. I like her in the ring, and I thought she's been very humorously over the top in this competition. So it's sad to see her go. Someone else I like, though, who I didn't know I liked, and I don't want to sound like a pervert, but I didn't know I liked her until the swimsuit competition. Cherry, and it's not just because of her appearance, which is nice. She's a nice looking young lady, definitely, but it's her persona, it's her personality, really, that puts her over the top for me. When all the divas were taking off their coats and shaking it like a proverbial Polaroid picture, she was being all kind of shy and demure and quiet, and we saw a little more of that tonight, or last night, or at Smackdown, the most recent one. And I like that, and I hope we get to see more of her, because I guess she wrestles, right? Somebody said she does, so, but I like her. I like Cherry. Michelle wins the arm wrestling competition. I have a feeling she's going to win the whole thing, and they're going to present her with her motorcycle as a prize, and we're going to hear, "Bae, wait a minute there, Michelle, I'm the only one who can ride a bicycle." Palumbo. We might see that. We might not. I don't know. We'll get to Palumbo in a second. But anyway, Michelle, very happy to win again. Next match we saw was Big Show versus these three guys who were all named individually, but when it was posted on YouTube, the guy wrote The Naturals. So I don't know if I'm supposed to know who these people are or what. But anyway, Big Show beats them, gives one of them his massive right paw fist, and wins, kind of getting him some heat leading into WrestleMania. He's a big destroyer. Next match, Edge versus Funaki. I kind of feel bad for Funaki. He's kind of turned into the Nunzio. He kind of always loses, and I feel bad for him. I hate to see that. But he came out, and Edge was very smug and kind of very cocky and obliterated him, basically. But then he holds him down for the 2 count, or for the 3 count, but then after 2, pulls him back up because he wants to continue the torture, and does some Undertaker moves. He does the thing, and he tries to roll his eyes back, but Edge, he has very big eyes, so he probably can't control them very well, so he didn't roll them back very well. So sometimes one of his eyes is like pointing out that way or something, so, but nevertheless, he tombstone pile drives him, pins him, 1, 2, 3, poor Funaki, and then Edge says at the end of it, to cap it off, he says, "Tonight you'll see what I can really do, eh?" Or something like that. Or you'll know what I'm capable of, eh? He has to say eh because he's Canadian. That's something that's one of the rules that they have to do. Not really. So that was that, and I'm really not even sure what that refers to. Next thing, VIP Lounge brings Chris Jericho in. I kind of wondered if maybe this was a setup for a feud. Oh, excuse me, dropped my paper. If this is if Jericho goes to SmackDown, which some people are speculating, if that's the start to that, I don't know. It's just a thought. But Jericho does a funny little bit where he points out, he says, you know, you're lucky your name is MVP, Montel Vontavious Porter, because your parents could have given you another name, and he gives several different alternate names. One of them being Jeremiah, Antonio, Cleavon, something Schwartz, and it spells jackass, and it's funny. But I don't think that would be possible, because Jeremiah Schwartz would be his name, and I don't think MVP is Jewish. It doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just looking at it, but nevertheless, MVP climbs the ladder, takes the case, and Jericho knocks him off and takes the case back. So that's fun. Kane versus Palumbo. This is the continuation of what might be the cat just jumped, and it kind of freaked me out because it's very late at night. I don't know if they're really feuding, or if we just assume they're feuding, or what the deal is, but I was kind of expecting Palumbo to win if the feud was going to continue. It was pretty evenly matched until Khali comes out, and he picks up any Khali bombs, both of them. And I've never heard him say Khali bomb before, just picking up and throwing him down. Then Mark Henry comes out, and he picks up Khali, slams him down, and slams Kane. They call this the world's strongest slam. So it kind of left me feeling kind of ignorant, you know, not having ever heard these terms before. Have they ever said this before? I don't remember ever hearing them before. So anyway, Khali bomb, world's strongest slam. So we get, again, some heat going into WrestleMania. Number 7, Jesse and Festus versus Miz and Morrison for the Tag Team Championship. Okay, here's the thing. I was happy with the outcome of the Miz and Morrison match, although I thought the match was just a stinker. It didn't do anything for me at all. You would think they would fight each other and then break up, but they fought each other and they were back together for ECW, back together for SmackDown. One thing I noticed, though, is that Morrison was a little more cocky. He was taunting Punk on ECW, and it sounded like he was taunting Miz at SmackDown. So maybe that's sowing the seeds for their departure. But I've been saying that for many, many months, and they still haven't broken up. So Miz and Morrison retain. I would have liked to see Jesse and Festus win, not only to break the thing up, but I like Jesse and Festus. But it might be a little too early. That was one thought that went through my mind. Maybe a little too early in their career to have the championship. I don't know. My thought. Final match: Undertaker versus Chavo. Undertaker beats Chavo with the Go-Go Plata, which it turns out is an actual wrestling thing. I was gonna make fun of it and say that it's the stupidest name for a really intimidating move that I've ever heard. I was even going to go as far as to say that Ric Flair made up the name in the midst of a drinking binge, but that would have gone too far. That wouldn't have been appropriate. But it turns out it's a real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's a real live move. So anyway, Undertaker wins. Edge and the guys come in with chairs, start swinging, take Undertaker out. And looking at my time, okay, I'm okay. Yeah, so they win, and Edge, of course, is very intense. He's very into it. And when he does that, his chin, which is already big, juts out. And then his eyes, which are already big, bulge. So he's like all chin and eyeballs standing there in the ring. And that's how it ends. Now, supposedly, next week they're going to have a special match, or not a special match, a special celebration. This is going to postpone the Edge and Vicky wedding, maybe, so they can celebrate. So maybe that story's going to keep going. Maybe hopefully it will. I still say if it keeps going, Edge will win WrestleMania. Anyway, time is up. I'm sorry I've rambled as much as I have, but that's your SmackDown review. Those are my thoughts on that. So hopefully we'll see you first part of next week, discuss Raw, and then WrestleMania. Yay! Your predictions. We have our prediction videos up, so go watch those. Comment on those with your official predictions. So we'll see you very soon. Bye.